Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is the Rise of a Nation, it is episode 98 and today we have got the end of Season 9 review. Firstly I'm going to say is that it's a brand new day and after reflection and everything like that, we are now finally over that final defeat to Sulkenborg last game out. Simply put, just wasn't good enough on the day. Even then we should have still won it. Myself to blame. Usually the times I get angry the most is when you can only blame yourself, and as manager should never went defensive and just invited pressure with 3 minutes to go. We had 60% of the ball. Something as a tip to you guys and something that I should definitely stick by and stick to my guns and not succumb to constant it's weird. Like, if we concede, then I stay positive, I get slated for it. And if I go defensive and we hold on, then great, no one bats an eye. But if I go defensive and we concede, I know deep down that really in a game where you're dominating, you look like the team that, even if when you haven't played well, you look like the team that holds the ball the most. You should just continue to hold the ball with 3 or 4 minutes to go instead of invite the pressure on. It's one of those ones. I'm over it now. We aren't going to be resigning. We have a World Cup and a Champions League to win. I've had messages from AJ making sure that we do not resign. We won't be resigning. It was all heat at the moment. So here we are on the final day. Here we got FC Midtjylland. Our form's been hit and miss. It seems to be a constant that whenever we win the league, we just seem to drop off a curve. Secondly, it also seems to just be a theme towards the end of a long year. Our form in the last month seems to be like very win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Unfortunately, that is what's gone on here. And look, I'm more annoyed that we were in 30 seconds of winning the league and we haven't, but at the same stage, there is nothing that we could have done about it now. There's nothing that we can do about it now, so we may as well just let it go. This game here is not overly important for me, really. I don't particularly care too much about this one here. Obviously, people, would like to see us beat FC Midtjylland today. Yes, that would be obviously a very nice thing to do, but at the same stage, I just don't think that it's crazily important. Have been playing Lars, by the way, as a right winger towards the end of the season. He has been developing, which is really good, but I think last game of the season, I am going to just let Andreas, who has been very good for me so far, get out there as well. His form keeps fluctuating, but is very, very good nonetheless. Look, we'll be okay. Morton also 24 goals this season, has been absolutely insane. 17 and 23 in the league, and that includes not playing too many games at the start of the year because of Zahora. So we do look good, and Zahora for me is definitely sticking around. He's a great player. We've currently got him here as a regular starter as well. So for me, we've got people's roles down to where they belong, I believe. We've got people here on loans, we've got people here we've got people here on squad rotations, people here that are expecting to play every game. It would be nice to start switching people like Joe Hoge down, but I'm pretty sure they're still interested in, sticking around and all that. And we've got people of interest as well, but we'll get all into that sort of side of it when we do get to the end of season review. True and proper. Currently not live. One of a few episodes out of the 98 that we have done where I'm not live. Most of my episodes are live. Links down below. I just, wanted to take kind of the day off until I was like over it really. Had to go to cricket. It was cancelled. The weather's been horrid. So have obviously got sent back home. Pitch wasn't in good enough condition as well. It was giving me a bit of an afternoon off. I thought instead of going live, that I play out the last couple of games here for the season. They're not really relevant. And we've got the big Sunday stream tomorrow. So, that will definitely be something that we'll aim to be live. We've got a lot of new players coming in. I am going to go through those players in this episode as well. And look, it is what it is. I'll give you guys the last game of the season just to go, hey, this is how the season ended. This is how many points we're on. But we'll have a look through how it looks and everything like that as well. Normally I would expect to win this game easy. I think because we've already won the league, FM loves throwing that in your face and saying that, because you have nothing to play for, you don't win anymore. Would just be a sad way to end the year. To be honest, as we concede, typical. I'm a bit just over this season in general. I put the season down as a failure. I felt like making the Europa League was okay. I felt like that it was a necessity to do the double this year. It really should have been. I'm never going to take it that easy again. Not like we rotate or whatever, just the mindset was like, oh, we're going to beat Silkeborg because we're the best team in Denmark and away we go. Yet we've lost to Copenhagen twice. Midtjylland's going to be the second time we lost to them this year if this holds on as well. Nords have beaten us a couple of times this year too. If we're the best team in Denmark, which we believe we are, then that's not really good enough, and we have to improve. I personally think the team's in the right spot to do that, but at the same stage, we probably just need to go out there and really, really, really recruit a little bit better. Maybe it's now time that we just let loose, or we change the system, or I don't know. Like, the thing is that we're thinking about changing a system, and we did talk about maybe bringing the MES 4-2-4 out and seeing if it works here. We're thinking about changing a system where we've been so dominant and we haven't lost at home in a long time, and this would be against that form if we were to lose here. It's a long way to go as well, and we know how to score at home. It'd be nice to score from this highlight to prove that fact. Something tells me that we just haven't been scoring as freely as well. It's been like 30 odd games. We have won back-to-back leagues. I think it's our third league we've won in a row. That's going to be a pen. Referee plays advantage. Morton scores. Great. I'm in two minds. Like, a lot of people have got 4-2-4 to work this year. I haven't. I usually do most seasons and not. However, if you come to think back where I've won Champions Leagues, it has been the basis of me playing 4-2-4 for many years, saying we're defensively not good enough in the Champions League. Go to 4-2-3-1, we win the Champions League. So I feel like that this system is probably the one that will yield us the Champions League the most. Important to also note we've been really good at home in the Champions League and in Europe in general, as they make it 2-1. We're just destined to lose this game. We just need to just think about it. Do we really just want to sacrifice a couple of years in Europe to go 4-2-4, maybe make ourselves super dominant in Denmark? I think if we went 4-2-4, we would probably spank most teams once we get used to it. But at the same stage of form, I'm not sure. And yeah, we are facing our first defeat at home in a very long time. It would sum us up by losing here as well. It would sum up the year. It'd be a disappointing way to end. I just don't know what it is, really. I feel like that a lot of people are giving Bilic shit in the chat on Twitch. Ali especially, who's a big viewer of this. I personally think Bilic's been really good and is not the reason as to why. I just don't know. This year's been a bit weird compared to the rest of the years. And yeah. Rightio. Anyhow, Yeppy. Andreas. Still going. Marquez. People just love being loud, don't they?
I went to go get my bag. And then I was just talking to them. And I said, my mum's going to think I've been murdered. I've got to go back.
No, I didn't realise until now. I said, well, where is she? I saw her
That's
around
typical
the corner.
football manager, this is.
It's 4 o'clock. We have to be there at 5:30, right?
Continuing on.
I
Nielsen.
think we're at 5.
Long ball. Can we win it here? Yes, we do. Andreas, come on. I don't want to lose at home. Seriously, I do not. I just feel like every time I play Yeppy back line, we lose. And every time I play Yeppy in the hole, we win. But Albrecht is too good not to play. I can't get the best out of them. I don't know what the best thing is to do. That should be a goal. Yeah, see what I mean? This season's cooked, man. The fact that I'm not scoring that highlight there just shows me that the season is over. Really is over. How are we not scored then? Is my question. That's all I'm going to ask. How have we not scored then?
Can I meet you there? Is that under your name?
Stupid, really. Just sums up the year, man. Sums up the end of the year, really. I feel like the first half of the year was great. But I don't know what to do. I honestly do not know what to do with this team. As Albrecht heads over. Been the better side at home. Typical usual. Just what happens when you win the league. You're not allowed to win. I don't want to be whiny or whatever, but just the end of this season has killed me and has taken I've been very motivated for this save. I know it's probably not the best way to look at it, but I just feel really downbeat, down in the dumps. I can't figure it out. I feel like we would have been slightly... Well, I feel like the progression has been really good. We're in Europe. We're battling for the Europa League and, we're battling to get out of the groups in the Champions League, which is great. I just would have thought that at home, domestically, by now, we would have been, we're the best team in the league by a mile. We should be winning the league every league game by now. Yes, Copenhagen have a very star-studded squad, but I feel like we dominate Copenhagen. We just get FM by them all the time. And Football Manager, once you've won the league, doesn't let you finish off the year. I'm not asking to be like perfect, but I'm asking to maybe only lose 1 or 2 games a year. And this year we've lost a lot. Where like the first year we won the title was really good. That's a good goal. Back to level pegging, which is great. The sad part is that because we know that Football Manager has it out for us, I would take a 2-2 draw right now. I don't know what it is. Last night was super weird. We're copying a lot of goals where we would tackle and the ball would fall to him, or we block it and it fall to him, or just weird stuff that's been happening here as well. I don't know how to put my foot on it. And I don't know what the best thing is to do. I don't know if it is to play 4-2-4. I don't know if we just give it the time of day and just go, hey, you know what? We'll just change it up for the year. I don't want to kind of see what I mean. I was going to say, see what I mean. Like Morden's volleyed that and Nielsen's pulled off a wonder save. In the end, we're now 3-2 up. We're nothing that we don't deserve. Technically speaking, the back four's played well, and they have. Like they've limited FC, Midtjylland to bugger all chances, yet they've flown in. And it's not that Munizaga's poor either. Munizaga's barely conceded this year when he's come into, and I think at keeper we've been really good. But yeah, I'm just struggling to think what we can and can't do really as well. And yeah, time's going to tick away here. And like, normally would go defensive. This year seems like the game has it out for you for going defensive. Yeah, if I was to concede here right now, people would say that me not going defensive is the reason. Anyway, Morton's effort over the bar. We went defensive this time in the cup final. We conceded, and it wouldn't surprise me we conceded here too. Be damned if we do, be damned if we don't. We don't, which is good. And we come back and we win 3-2. And this is the thing that I don't know what to do. I feel like by playing the 4-2-3-1, great. We're good enough, perfect, not a problem. 62% of the ball, we've won the game, but we haven't finished the chances enough. We should be scoring 5 or 6, and we've conceded. I feel like towards the end of the season, maybe it was happening a bit too much, these sort of games. AC Milan, 2-0 up, 2-2, lose in Italy big time, have no ability to come back, or any real mug rule. I don't know if that's just us not having the quality as well in Europe. I'm just really confused. I'm really confused into what I do. I don't know what I do. It's also hurts I'm doing this and I'm not on chat, on live at the moment as well, because I just don't have a clue what on earth do I do with this team. Because it's a weird one, because if I move into 4-2-4, I can get Zahora and Morton in together. I can buy another striker, can play Lars more minutes, but at the same stage, I miss a 10, and I think that this year's match engine is more beneficial to have a 10, to have a guy in the hole behind a striker than last year. It was definitely more about 4-2-4. Yeah, and saying that, eventually at Mess, we had to switch back to 4-2-3-1, so maybe it's worth sticking 4-2-3-1. Every time I play 4-3-3 as well with a DM, we don't seem to win. We just seem to, pepper and not score. I'm really, really confused. I don't know what to do. It's getting to a stage where, like, I don't even think people are watching these episodes anymore, really. Like, in terms of viewership, the YouTube has been a lot smaller than on previous episodes. Like, Sunderland was amazing. Even at Mess, we had more views. This year seems really dead for me. So it's not like I can talk about it to people and get people's comments back. I'm just really confused. I don't know what to do. And yeah, like, maybe it brings Segedi back and play him in a game. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like we've dominated more games than not. I feel like that if you look at the league table, or you look at the championship group, we've played 34, we've lost 5, which compared to previously is we lost 2 and we lost 6, right? This isn't good enough. We've lost 5, and I would love to see it, like, in the preliminary stage, we lost 2, 2-3 and a 2-0, 5 in general, 2 draws. We never should have drawn. I don't know what it is. We can say that we brought in a new centre back and maybe it's Billick's fault, but the guys averaged a 7 this year. And I also think the games that we've lost, we've played really well in. I don't know, man. Like, we're complaining and we've won the gap by like 13 points. I'm complaining we've won the league by 13 points. Right, which should be dominant, but did we win the domestic? Did we do the double again? No. So I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things. You got FM'd. Get over it. And then you look at the European games, and it's just like, were we really good enough? It's going to bring me back to this because obviously we've got we've got games internationally coming up. But I don't know. I honestly do not know. What to make of it. I just feel like this year's been a lot different. The form for here was really good, and then it fell apart again towards the end of the year. Was that the squad just not being big enough? Was it rotating too much? Answers on a postcard and the great way to work the space. I honestly do not know. I wish I was live right now, but I'm not. And I would like to ask the chat and get ideas, but I honestly just don't know. I don't know where we brought them as far as they can come. Like we had a moment like this at Iceland, but always in Iceland I was like, well, no, people will come eventually. It will turn, it would stick, it would twist because we're dominating Iceland like no tomorrow. People would tell me, look, Denmark's a lot harder than Iceland. I agree, right? But I do expect that. I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh because our reputation isn't as good as Copenhagen. I feel like that if this was happening, that we're not doing doubles and, we're winning the league, which is great, but we're not, 2 losses a season I can deal with. 5, no, sorry, you've screwed the pooch somewhere. I feel like that. I don't know what it is. I feel like we need some changes. Is it changes to the middle of the park? How do you get Albrecht into a team? Like, the thing is I can't play my best player. Because every time I move Jeppe back a line, he doesn't do the job. Jeppe, when I play him in behind the 10 for Denmark, scores goals. Jeppe, when I move him in behind the 10 here, scores goals. Your Albrecht hasn't had a poor year for me. I would love to play him a lot more, but I don't know how you get him into the best 11. Is it playing the 4-2-4? Is it doing this? I just don't think this year that is the case. For the first time in a very long time at a Football Manager, I'm confused a lot on Football Manager, but there's not been too many moments on FM where I'm just generally outright confused. And I'm outright confused. I've been thinking about it all day. I haven't purposely played FM trying to come up with an idea. I couldn't wait to do this episode any later in the day because I have to get ready to go out tonight. And I'm still just generally confused to what I do. I am generally confused. It is a weird one. Like, I don't know how else do we do it. I don't know why. Why we didn't get the end of season review thing is because we are on international duty. Club Vision, work within a payroll, reached the 3rd round of qualifying. As far as I understand it, the Champions League, we should have got a group stage. The league's improved. The top gets a group stage thing. But we should be in the group stage at a minimum. I'm not going to negotiate that. Super League are finishing top 3 place. Like, they've actually dropped it from this year. Usually it was win the league. Now it's finishing the top 3 place. Like, I'm happy with that because that keeps me in a job, which is great. But yeah, I'm going to win the league again next year. No, standard usual. Tell them I'm going to play some young players and whatever. That's it. People getting top goal scorer as well. I want to see our end of season stuff, which we haven't got. We haven't seen that at all. So it's missing our end of season reviews. Oh, there we go. It's actually letting us do it now. All right, cool. So look. They reckon Frank was our best signing. I personally think Frank's been really good. He hasn't really developed too much. He's been injured a lot, but when Frank's played, he's been amazing. I'm going to keep him for another year. I think Jefferson definitely provides us something. I may loan him out for a year. Diatta obviously is going to come in here. And I feel like Diatta is also, by the way, taking a bit of a wage cut now to stay at the football club, which is good. Lodberg, I think, has been sensational. Muni Zaga, for me, has been unreal. The guy is amazing. I think towards the back end of the year, with tiredness setting in, he copped a few goals in the Champions League, which knocked his confidence, and then he copped a few goals in the league. Like, this guy really was looking like the bee's knees. Mark's come in, and Mark's someone that can flip for some profit. Obviously, Rendu came in for free, and John came in for free as well. But yeah, transfer on the out, obviously made a few. Tony Christian left. Andrea Begessi obviously left as well. Dolcek left, played okay. Tony Christian actually played very well for VAFFC down in the division below there in France, which is not bad. And then obviously the loans of Giuseppe went well. Lars never played for the first team. And then obviously Lorenzo's out there growing in, same as Skov. So, we've done okay there. Obviously, we're delighted that we won the league. Yes, great. Goal of the year was probably a Jeppe free kick. He scored about 5 or 6 this year. Standard news rule. Jeppe sold the most shorts. They think that's our best team, and maybe that's what we do, is that we just go to that. Marquez may or may not stay. Munizaga. I think it still is our best team is that. And I still think that playing 4-2-3-1 is our best way to go. I'm not sure. Maybe it's changing some roles. Maybe we go a little bit more aggressive in the middle of the park and really get Yeppy to try and influence the game back a line. I am not sure what I'll go with as well. Obviously everyone's done well. Competition awards. Yeppy won all the Player of the Years. Most league appearances, a horse 4 away from 200. Still 144 goals in that time as well. Morton, by the way, was our top goal scorer in 19. Didn't win it in the league, I don't think. And then, look, it was a good year. But I don't know, like when you come to look at the stats of the team overviews, we scored the most goals this year. Fewer shots against we had the most possession, we had the most shutouts, we conceded the fewest. So maybe we are dominating, we were just unlucky in the cup final, but I personally think that years have passed, we were dominated more. I would love to compare this to last year's, but I don't think there's a way to do it on this screen. But yeah, look, it is what it is. I don't know what it is. Is it Eugene Neff's time to just go now? Does Eugene Neff leave? Is he defensively not good enough? I'm not sure. I feel like he's had a really good year. It wasn't as good as last year's. But I feel like he's really good. Like, do we start cashing in on Marquez? Marquez really had a good enough year this year. I feel like he's had a few more mistakes than Bilek. Moreno's wanted at the moment. Is it Moreno's fault? I personally think that we've been good enough, personally. I really rate Munizaga. Munizaga in the end only conceded 9 and 14 appearances with 9 clean sheets. It was just annoying that he had 5 clean sheets in 5 games, conceded because we rotated. Then we copped the goals against Milan, and that was it. In the end, he played 23 games for the club, including non-competitive games. He conceded 23 and kept 10 clean sheets for a goalkeeper. That's very, very good. I don't know what it was. I don't know what we do. I don't know how we go about to fix it. But, for me, there's definitely going to be things that we have to do. And hopefully we can go out there and we can do it. Neil Jenkins is won for the first time ever by Reams. The guy's worth 5 mil. Do we start cutting loose Neil Jenkins and co? I don't know what we're going to do. But, yeah, look, it's a weird one for me. I'm not sure what we do. We've got Lars waiting in the rings to get minutes as well. I don't think we're loaning out Lars. It's a case of, do we go out there and really go big on like a couple of massively big reputational players, or do we give what is a younger squad another chance to grow for another year? I feel like we just need to get the midfield working. I don't know how we get it working. I don't know who our best midfielder is. Our best midfield is. And yeah, I just don't know. This is not the time for a scout report, really. That's it, really. That's all that is really to say. It'd be interesting to see what sort of budget they give us for next year as well, which I really wouldn't mind seeing. And that's maybe what I'll cut to YouTube. Maybe I'll cut back to when we get the budget. It may be after this international semi-final, which I'm not going to bother filming. I feel like I'm just going to get pumped here, and there's no need to really see it. It doesn't impact me or the board. If we make the final, great, I'll show it. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'll see you guys in a second when they announce the budget. We got 37 mil in the bank. I don't know what to do, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, from Damon and everybody else, I'll see you in a second. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Damien, and it is the final part of the end of season review. It is the day after. My voice is pretty gone after a big night out. But we finally have got our budget, and unfortunately, a little bit disappointingly, only given 6 mil to work with, but a lot more wage, which is good. We're currently spending 327, obviously with the signings coming in that we do have to come in. I don't know if it's best to do this here or if it's best to do this at the first part of the season. That happens to be Paulie29 talking to me about FM as well. There's always FM going on here. I'm not sure which way we should go about doing this one, because I don't know if all these guys are going to join. They're all joining on the same day, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on. But yeah, very disappointed I'm only given the 6 mil, considering we have 35 mil in the budget. I expect a bit more. I expect, up about 10 mil, and it just depends what we do with the squad. Me and the chat have been thinking, in Discord we wrote something quite massive, disregard the photos, but as you can see, this whole chat was all brought about from yesterday where we did talk about what do we do? Do we change the midfield roles? In the end, I think me and the chat have decided that we might try a ball winning and a roaming playmaker, but that will be decided once, pre-season kind of gets underway. And we'll just see what happens with the guys that are brought in. Like I said yesterday afternoon, it's a weird time. I feel like that I'm also being a bit harsh. But at the same time, I think to get the best out of this team, it's maybe time to, it's been a few years, maybe it is time to change these roles. I don't know. I still don't know, the attacking midfielder. I'm not sold. I would rather use the shadow striker, but it's something that we may look in pre-season. I'm definitely thinking roaming playmaker and a ball winning at the moment. Yepi can do it all, and I think as a roaming playmaker is not bad. I also think as a ball-winning midfielder would be really good with the traits to get forward and hit them from outside the box. But we will wait and we will see which one it will be. But yeah, something will happen, and the midfield won't be box-to-box or ball-winning. I feel like we're just at the stage now. The team's too good. Let's progress it. Let's really, really, really look to really dominate games going forward, but find the balance to still have someone sitting. I don't think that's been the reason why this year we've lost more games or anything. I just think moving forward, especially at home, which our home record has been really good, it will allow us to score more. Plus, I think away from home, put more chances to bed, which seems to be the problem here in Denmark at the moment. Like I said, we're complaining because we won the league by 13 points and didn't win the cup final. If that happened, it would have been a good year. There would have been no need to change. So, yeah, it's one of those ones where we're probably nitpicking. But, let's change it up and see what happens. Anyway, from Dame and everybody else here, I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.